Hello everyone, Other Helmet Guy here. Today we're looking at the newly released Godzilla Minus Zero teaser trailer, and what they're showing us of Godzilla so far is very interesting. What's quite shocking is seeing Godzilla return for this sequel, because in Minus One he was essentially blown apart, yet here he is, fully regenerated, just like that ending scene teased. And honestly, that alone makes me think we could be looking at the most dangerous version of Godzilla we've ever seen. He's not a hero, he's not a guardian, he's purely a villain, a force of destruction. And with his appearance potentially changing due to the nuclear exposure making him even stronger, I'm starting to wonder, is there something out there powerful enough to actually challenge him this time? Now what's interesting here is that this Godzilla appears to have grown significantly larger than before, and that's important, because one of the biggest criticisms of Minus One's Godzilla is that people constantly downplay him. They compare his size to other versions and say he's not that threatening, pointing out that he was ultimately taken down by humans. But I actually think that's entirely the point. Minus One was always a love letter to the original 1954 film, a modern reimagining of what made Godzilla terrifying in the first place. He wasn't meant to be the biggest, he was meant to be the most fearsome. And there's a difference, but now with Minus Zero, it looks like he's evolved beyond that. He's bigger, stronger, and clearly more aggressive than we've ever seen him. And that healing factor, which people seem to constantly forget about, appears to be more powerful than ever. This isn't just regeneration, this is full adaptation. Every time something tries to destroy him, he comes back worse. More dangerous, more unstoppable, and honestly that's where the American Godzilla falls short for me. Legendary's version always seems to need backup. He's practically a superhero at this point, teaming up and saving humanity. They've never really leaned into the healing and adaptability the way Toho has, and they tend to focus more on making him a protector rather than a predator, which completely changes what Godzilla is supposed to represent. Toho understands that, and Minus Zero looks like it's about to prove that all over again. Now I want to take a quick detour and apologize for going off topic, but I need to express my frustration with this particular scene. While watching the Godzilla Minus Zero teaser, I noticed footage from the Monarch show and honestly, I have some thoughts. Now don't get me wrong, the CGI looks fantastic. But my issue is that the Titans feel completely weightless during this fight scene. They're battling each other on an open beach, and yet somehow the humans are just casually walking around in between them, trying to grab an egg of all things. And that's where it loses me completely. Think about it for a second. These are colossal creatures. The shockwaves alone from their movements should be lethal to any human standing that close. The pressure, the destruction, the radiation, all of it would be absolutely devastating. And yet these characters are strolling around like it's a Tuesday morning. No panic, no hesitation, just nonchalantly grabbing their item like it's an everyday errand. And then there's the atomic breath, Godzilla's most iconic and devastating attack. An attack that in virtually every other version of the franchise levels buildings, obliterates entire warships and causes catastrophic destruction. Yet here it somehow fails to seriously hurt anyone or even destroy a nearby vehicle. That alone is embarrassing by Godzilla standards. It completely degrades what is supposed to be one of the most feared attacks in kaiju history. Yes, working with Titans is their job. Yes, Monarch operatives are trained for this. But being trained is one thing. Being inches away from two massive radioactive monsters actively fighting each other is a completely different story. That kind of proximity should be a death sentence, trained or not. And that's ultimately what hurts the tension. When humans aren't reacting with genuine fear and Godzilla's most powerful attack can't even total a vehicle, it makes these creatures feel less threatening than they should be. It downplays exactly what makes these monsters so intimidating in the first place. Anyway, that's just my take. And that's everything I have on the Godzilla Minus Zero teaser trailer. These are just my thoughts, so I'd love to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think this version of Godzilla will be the most dangerous we've ever seen? And are you excited for what Minus Zero has in store? As always, thanks for watching, Other Helmet Guy out.